All right, go ahead. Let it rip. What you got?
Talk about
What you got? What
some
you
of the
got?
type of
What
things I
you got?
wanted to talk about last week.
What you got?
Um, so I was like, you know what?
Face off with Nick Cage and Justin Travolta.
You guys know Octopus, right?
Yeah.
Octopuses, yeah. Have you guys
One of my
ever heard
favorite
of
Bond films.
Things you learn when you're ripping it up.
Have you guys ever heard of a decky pussy?
I'm sorry, what? What's that? 10 legs?
So yeah, joking aside, they just discovered a fossil that dates back to like 330 million years ago, and they think it's an old species of they call it vampire pod, which is basically, if you don't know, it's basically a vampire squid and octopus is they're called vampire pods in the cephalopod family. So they found this old fossil, and it shows that the octopus had, or the vampire pod had 10 arms, which again, if you don't know anything about octopuses and vampire squid, they only have 8 arms. So it kind of tied into what we were talking about. And this is why I thought it was so interesting because they found something that had 10 arms and then they lost it. And we're just talking about evolution of how you lost it, you can't get it back. So I saw this news article right after we talked about it. I thought it was interesting.
Okay, and for
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
literally. It was
interested,
like
I'm
a
gonna
week ago.
Yeah.
put it on the share
Oh, and
screen.
Oh shit!
there's a couple of things with it. Um, it is named after President Joe Biden, which is kind of
Oh
weird.
my god, that's
Is it
a
really?
little too much.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. So the interesting thing with this fossil is they actually found it in 1988, right? And they put it in a museum and they put it in a drawer and forgot about it, and that's why they call it President Joe Biden.
Is that real? Is that really why?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was
I
a
was
bad
gonna say
joke,
they left it in a drawer. What?
and they forgot about it. Yeah, that was a slight on his great memory. But no, the reason why they called it after it's called right there, Vin. I don't even know how to pronounce the first part, so I want it's like syphilis
Calypsomati.
audia.
Yes, Calypsomati. Videnia.
I Badenia, right? But the reason why they named it after President Biden is because they looked at this. Some guy, I think his name was Christopher Whalen, but he saw it.
Yep,
He
right
opened
here.
up a
Yeah.
drawer in this museum, and he's like, "Holy shit, this looks important." And they started looking at it right after Biden's like inaugural speech.
Okay.
So that's why they started looking at it, and that's when they discovered. Vin, if you scroll down, I think they have on the other tab
Is the
you can
picture.
see the fossil. Yeah,
Okay. So this
I
is
was gonna
the
ask,
looks like
do they know how like how long ago it existed?
yeah,
yeah.
it's in the article. It's right
Is it in the
Right.
article?
here.
330 million years ago.
Holy shit!
So the
It's
That's
got
interesting,
crazy.
And then here's the actual fossil.
yeah, I don't know how they see. So
Dude.
I'm looking at this. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Well, this is like I think it's what's called the foot of most cephalopods. This is like the part you eat, the calamari rings. And then this
Right.
would be like the head area with the beak. And then I guess the tentacles because it's just all soft tissue.
That doesn't look
Wouldn't-
like 10.
Yeah,
So I just sent an article in the chat, and it's got a picture of it. It's got like the 8 little guys and then 2 long ones.
well,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
that's
heads.
Oh,
a
here we
squid.
go.
The difference
Oh.
between a squid and an octopus is a squid has, among other things,
Two
Oh,
feeder
whoa.
arms, correct?
it has
Yeah,
two,
they're called
it has
feeder arms.
tentacles, two tentacles,
They are,
and
fuck you dick.
feeder. No,
Feet
feeder
or
arms.
arms. Yeah.
And then
You
So-
fucking idiot.
Legs? Are there legs?
No, they're feet or arms.
I'm trying to see if there's a picture. But is this the picture you're talking about, Zach? Just this one?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so what's another interesting thing is that they originally thought because they did some chemical dating or carbon dating and they discovered that this fossil was 330 million years old, this also pushed back the existence of this species of vampiropods, which a vampiropod is an octopus and a vampire squid. So once they found this, they realized that it existed much earlier than they thought. It pushed it back like 82 million years. This species is 82 million years older than they thought it was.
So would you say this is a precursor to modern squid and octopi?
So
Or is it a different
I mean,
branch?
I'm a simp and not a scientist, so to me it seems like it. But if you read the article, some guy, another paleontologist, he basically said, yeah, we need to look at it further before we can conclude that this is anything new. And his theory is this other guy who's doubting it. He just thinks it's an ancient cephalopod that just it kind of preserved very deformed. So he thinks it's just kind of deformity,
Yeah, like a
just-
mutation.
Kind of like Montauk
Yeah.
monster type thing.
No, more of just like it's a very
Montauk
soft
monster.
tissue. A squid and octopus, they're very soft tissue, so preserving those things are very difficult. So he thinks that, in the preservation process, it's possible that it looks kind of distorted because it's fucking 330 million years old,
Yeah.
And they found it in Montana, which Montana back in the day used to be by the equator and used to be like, a bay,
Yeah.
so that's how they found
Well,
it there.
even
But
recently, even during the the Cretaceous, the last period of the dinosaurs, there was a shallow sea in the middle of the Americas, separating
yeah, I believe
the
it.
east and the west.
I believe it.
Well, could it just have like what was I gonna say? Like could it just been deformed at birth? Like
Could
it
be.
just had like an
Could be.
Yeah.
abnormality. Like it could have been like anything, like beast or what was it, giantism? Like we were saying last time with Andre the Giant, just like a
Yeah,
disease
imagine you
or
found
something.
Pituitary issue.
Yeah, imagine you found a fossilized Andre the Giant from the
Or
caveman times.
From-
You would think that
yeah,
that
exactly.
Was,
Be like, what the hell?
like the dude in the Goonies,
yeah, Chunk.
Oh yeah.
Not
Chunk,
Chunk.
or
yeah.
the or the
But-
Cyclops and Harold
Sloth.
and Kumar.
Yeah.
Richie, to your point on the mutation, that could literally be the branch or the evolution of
Right.
where they lost it.
Do they know
So,
how
yeah.
big this thing was?
Oh,
What
Yeah,
was
it's
that?
like the size of your palm.
Yeah, they said
Oh,
pretty
so it's
much.
about
small,
12
right?
centimeters.
Small. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
fuck,
tiny.
It was tiny.
Yeah, it's about maybe
Yeah.
4 or 5
Jesus,
inches.
That's crazy.
So it's pretty remarkable that it preserved.
Wait, so you were saying that it's so
Have you
before
grabbed a
like
tape
that was
measure?
the very first form and then they went to 8 like how we were saying before, or there was also whatever other squids and stuff with more than 8 legs or feet, whatever the hell you want to call them. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Not really.
Like so first there was 10 and it went down to 8. It mutated down to 8. So
Yeah.
it was originally 10, and to Vin's point, over time they could potentially lose legs. So now it's 8 for like that's just like the time order that's what it's saying.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was no other 8s during the 10s. It started out as 10 and went down to 8.
I wouldn't agree with that theory.
That I don't know because cephalopods existed, and then
During the
squid.
same time.
Yeah, so it could just be a branch, a different species existed earlier than we thought. And then that
Right.
early species had 10 arms,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
which kind of makes sense because I looked into a vampire squid. Mind you, I was getting a pedicure while I was looking into this, so I was like very relaxed and I also had a headache looking
I would
into
fall asleep.
it.
Wait, you had a headache, but you were relaxed?
Yeah, it
Doesn't
was
make any
weird because
sense.
I was getting like a pedicure, but I was also like looking up the
Wait,
difference
a
between an
pedicure or
octopus.
manicure? Or pedicure's
No.
the feet, right?
Yeah, pedicure, petty.
Okay.
Yeah.
mani
But I
pedis.
was like deep in thought about looking up the differences of like the octopus and the squid, and then also getting relaxing, getting a massage. So ultimately gave me a headache. But I digress. So the interesting thing about the vampire squid is it has, if you ever seen it, it looks
pull up the
like
picture.
yeah, it basically has really long webbing.
This is one of my favorite
On-
animals, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
There you
love
go.
this. Yeah,
There
I
it
remember
is.
watching
Boom.
like images.
Oh, what the hell?
Videos.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Is that a Pokemon?
So Oh,
This one right here is in the middle. This is definitely a Pokemon.
so the
Wow,
thing with
interesting. Go ahead.
the
sorry.
thing with vampire squid is that they have 8 legs, but they also have 2 thin. I think they're called filaments,
Penises.
which penises basically. No, I think that's the new one.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Pulled up,
That's
yeah.
actually the article. Here's actually Joe
So the
Biden.
interesting thing is
Yeah.
the
looks like
kinda
Joe
looks
Biden,
like it.
actually.
Yeah.
Zing!
Yeah, so maybe it could be a theory that this just shows that they used to have 10 because the vampire squid has 2 tiny filaments, right? They're
Like
not
vestigial,
tentacles.
vestigial almost.
I don't know what vestigial mean, but it sounds right.
It's like how your appendix is a vestigial organ. Like we still have it, but it has no real use in our body.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the outside of the
So
body.
so the vampire squid has
Yeah.
8 arms and 2 like thin filaments, so maybe it could be theorized that they originally had 10 and lost it over time, which ties back together to what Vin was saying last week. So I thought it was interesting that I literally saw this the day after we talked about it.
Yeah. Comes full circle.
Yeah, so that's a decky pussy, boys.
Yeah.
Decky
You guys
pussy.
You know a lot about decky pussies. Yeah,
That was interesting.
there you go. More you know.
But where'd you come
Talking
across
about,
this? Stumble upon or something?
Dude,
Or
it's
just,
so
in your news
weird. So
articles?
yeah, I have this app, and Zach has a same phone as I do now, unless he got a new one.
No, I got the same one.
Okay, so it's called Newsbreak.
Okay.
I have, and it just literally,
Or like
I think
briefing, that thing.
Oh
no,
yeah.
no, it's just called,
Sorry.
it's called
I have that.
Newsbreak, and I literally just get news alerts, and I feel like oftentimes they jive with what we just talk about. It's very weird.
Not like your phone
So
might be listening to.
Those Russian,
Yeah.
those Russian
it
waves,
could be.
those shock waves.
Yo, the Russian waves. I got a call about the Russians called me about my student debt being canceled today.
Oh my god, I got one of those too. It wasn't
Yeah.
about student debt. This like automated message called my phone and was like, "Hi, I'm calling from the company of MasterCard, Amex, Discover, and Visa." I was like, "Okay, well, those are all different companies, so this is definitely suspicious." And it said, you know, because people have gotten a lot of debt due to the recent pandemic, we are offering debt relief, and so we'll pay off all of your debt. You know, are you interested in this program? It's only for a limited time.
Your
So I was
debt's
like,
gone for free.
absolutely, I am in. So I press 1. I'm like getting connected, and this guy on the line goes, "Oh, hello. What do you want? I need to get some information from you. How are you today?" And I was like, click, and I hung up. I was like, "There's no way this guy's gonna help me. He's here to steal my
Man.
money."
They had call centers from the South. That was a good Southern accent.
Right? Yeah. No. This guy was definitely
The deep south.
the deep south. Yeah, that was not from MasterCard, Visa, Amex, and Discover.
Wait,
Yeah,
don't they
for
have a
every single
conglomerate?
company.
Yeah, every single major credit card company all together. And it made me think, it's like, wow, there's literally people that hear this and believe it like wholeheartedly,
yeah?
and they're like, "Yo, I want to get in on this," and then they get their freaking identity stolen. It's wild.
Yeah, I
I
had
don't-
some call at work actually. They like I it's like whatever I'm in the middle of my job. Like I was just talking to a client. I get off, they call my phone, and they're like, "Yeah, someone stole your identity. You have to go to the bank right now. You have to take out all of your money, withdraw it, and then put it into this bank account." I was like, "Why? Why would I
What?
do
They
that?
didn't even waste
That
any
makes-
time.
That makes no sense." And they were like trying to like push me off, like, "You got to do it right now." And I was like, all right, I'll be right there. Hold on." And I just like hung up the phone. I was
I
like,
forgot
"I'm
about
not entertaining this phone call right now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
I try
wild.
to keep them on the phone as long as I can.
Yeah, you and a buddy of ours do that a lot. I don't know why you even
Yeah.
entertain it.
Because I'm trying to, not all heroes wear capes, so I'm trying to save the next
Somewhere
person.
just gray shirts.
If we all just keep them on the phone for one more minute, it's gonna help us out.
They'll get tapped.
Yeah, exactly. And when they call about your car warranty, I just like say I have cars. I don't, I like make up a car.
I actually did the same thing. When you said that, I don't know, months ago, I stole that technique and I started
Hey.
talking to the person, and I was like, oh no, I only buy classic cars. So unless you have like a 1968 427 Cobra on your list, that's not my car. And they were like, oh well, let me check. I was like, are you shitting me? And then I just hung up.
He called
You
your
know,
bluff.
Sometimes you can't go too
We
close.
do.
I ventured too close to the sun with that, and I said I had like a 2001 Nissan Xterra, and that was on their list. So now they
Ooh.
call me. They're like, "How's your Xterra? Do you need to extend your warranty?"
Anything post like 96 is probably something that they could probably ring up.
Speaking of cars,
Yeah.
did you see that they're introducing a bill? I think by 20, I don't know if it's in the 2020s or the 2030s, that all cars will have a kill switch in them.
Kill
Not see
switch?
that.
To stop.
Wow.
They say it's to combat drunk driving. Here, before I start making stuff up.
Come on.
Wait, so
I don't
it,
want to have
like,
to blow into my car. I don't want to have to blow my car every time I want to drive it. Don't get me wrong,
Well-
I love cars. Like I'm a huge car guy, but I'm not one of those guys that like makes love to his muffler. You know what
So
I mean?
you're saying you're gonna blow your car every time?
Yeah,
you get
that is
into
something
it?
that I do not want to do.
Oh my
speaking
God.
of cars, the Formula One season, it's race week, boys. First race of the year.
Is it?
Anybody like
Wow.
Formula One?
Dude, my brother is huge into that shit.
I don't know anything
Oh.
about it.
Oh, I
my God.
love
Yeah,
it.
my brother loves
I
that
know they
shit.
drive real fast.
So watch Drive.
That's all you know.
If you have any like kind of interest, even like not even a lot, just like for an entertainment factor, Drive to Survive is a Netflix show that's really good. That kind of gives you a deep dive into Formula One and what it's all about and the drivers. It's actually really entertaining. I highly recommend it.
How fast do
don't
those
know.
fucking cars go? Those guys in those seats, I would freak
Uh,
out, dude. There's no way I'd be able to drive
It's
that
like
fast.
215 miles an hour sometimes.
Oh, shit.
It depends. So it
Christ.
depends on the track. It depends on the aerodynamics of the car. Monza is the fastest track on the calendar. So they'll probably reach like 215 miles an hour there.
The Formula One cars, those are like the skinny ass ones, right? With the big wheels. Which ones
Yeah,
are
so
those?
they're like
Yeah.
if you're driving fast enough, you can like take it on a ramp and drive it
Why?
upside down because of the
Yeah, that's
aerodynamics
fucking
of it.
dude. That's nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
there
Yo,
you
I
go.
remember.
show
Yo,
a
I
picture.
remember.
These are
Vin and
Formula
Evan,
One.
you might remember this from middle school. Mr. Aschin, Mr. Andrews.
Yeah.
We made us do
Yeah, Tech Lab.
Mr. Aschin. Yeah, we had to make the racing car with the egg in it. I don't know, Zach, if you've done that in like a. I don't
didn't
even
do
remember
I
what
that.
like
class
in a
that
shop
was.
class, I made
Yeah.
the like CO2 canister cars that would race on a string. And we also had an egg project that was separate from the cars where you like drop an egg from 2 stories and without a parachute and it couldn't break kind of
Yeah.
Oh,
thing.
I remember doing something like that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget when we did it, but yeah, we had to race cars and with an egg inside of it, and
Well.
when it'll crash into the wall if your egg broke, you'd like fail or
You
whatever.
fail.
You're like,
Yeah.
no, you gotta do it again. It's like,
I
come
guess
on,
I wasn't.
Ashton. The fuck?
I wasn't in that class. I didn't do that. I did in Boy Scouts. We did the wood. You race
Oh,
like
the
the car.
Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood Derby. Yeah, I'd always
Heck
lose.
The
yeah,
hell is the
man.
Pinewood Derby?
It's
Oh,
a
are
really
you
funny
kidding
episode of
me?
South Park.
After, yeah.
There's
After
you
you
guys
get-
see Mark Rober on YouTube?
I know him.
He's a NASA, like
Oh, I know him well.
NASA engineer. He has a whole episode on how to make the fastest Pinewood Derby car.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
He has
What
the
the
same
hell- what are
birthday
these
as me.
things-
Also.
What do they
Oh,
look
no
like?
shit, that's cool.
Let's look
Oh,
it
they're
up.
like little blocks of wood that you like glue little magnets to on the bottom of them. And you have to cut them out yourself. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I know.
there.
I remember that logo. That logo looks so familiar.
Yeah, so you had to make those fuckers. Yeah,
Oh
that
yeah, I
black
remember
one, the
these.
black one
I
is like
remember
the
these.
fastest, and you have to make one of the front wheels like off center and canted in, because more friction, more surface area touching the track creates more friction, slows the car down.
Right.
So you actually want to have one of the wheels like off center and not, completely touching the track the whole time, because that makes your car faster.
I mean, are you
Yo,
talking some
hold
inside
on. Yo,
baseball right
before you
now?
X out of this, is that a hot dog car?
Yeah, it's the Oscar Mayer Wiener
Oh,
car.
yeah.
It looks like.
Ah,
That's
Oh,
nice.
great.
awesome. They got an X-wing fighter there too
That's the
from
one I would
Star
Oh
use.
yeah,
Wars.
yeah,
I would,
yeah, on the right.
I would use the hot dog car.
That's definitely
Rich, you can't
not
sit on it.
aerodynamic.
Woo!
Wait, Vim, what was the verdict of the kill switch?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
Well,
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
want to get into a whole like what's the true article, like.
Oh,
So,
okay, fair
I
enough.
mean, if you want, you can look it up. But I know that there is some sort of bill proposed by the mid 2020s to combat drunk driving. Like, mainly, I was just trying to find a reliable source instead of like these other essentially
Oh.
blogs.
Wait, go to Facebook and look it up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
Yo, also, since we're talking about the driving, what was he gonna fucking say? Oh yeah, I've been seeing this shit. How like with technology, as like technology, like we get better with technology and stuff. Like we have cell phones now, so whenever you're driving, people are on their cell phones, so like the rate of accidents have like increased.
Oh
Do
yeah,
you
I
think
believe
that's
that.
do you think that's fully true, or like we just have
All right,
more
so
people on the road, and because they also have made things like less distracted, like just less
I
distractive with technology and cars and stuff.
like heads-up
So,
displays and stuff like that.
yeah,
I think it's a combination. I think obviously you have your idiots that are like every day. I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I see some asshole on his phone, and he's like not slowing down at the rate I want him to slow him down at.
right.
Right, so he's like coming in hot, and like it ends up never like rear-ending me, but it's like at the last second, and they're like 2 inches from my bumper. But in the whole time they've been looking at their phone and doing like the quick glance up kind of thing. But also, yeah, there's so many people on the road, it's ridiculous. Like there's
Yo,
like just volume alone, there's gonna be more accidents.
yeah, exactly. And I wonder if like they can really if they could like separate the two statistics to really show like that difference. But then also like did your dads ever have like one of those huge ass maps like growing up? Like those
Oh
massive
yeah,
maps, and it was like every state with like you have to like
on the
look like this close.
dashboard and
Like yeah, in order to like see the road, you have no idea where you're going.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine your dad driving to where you have to go. Like I used to go to a lot of like hockey tournaments far away, like 3+ hours away. So back then, like growing up, like he'd have this map out and he's like trying to like figure out where he's going on the map. And like
As
that's
he's
way more
driving.
distracting than being on your phone, looking at your phone, and being like, okay, I gotta make a right turn coming up
Well,
right here.
you
right,
Okay.
don't
yeah.
do it. You don't look at it when you're driving. I
Yeah,
feel like
people definitely do.
I don't remember those situations. I don't really remember my dad looking at maps.
Well, well, at least when I
Or
was younger, it was MapQuest.
Yes,
Oh,
I was just gonna
MapQuest.
say
Like it wasn't
MapQuest,
exactly
yeah,
looking at a map, but it was a printout of the directions.
right, exactly. And then
still,
when we
you
were
have to flip
lost,
through.
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
well, if you're going really far, yeah, we use MapQuest. And then we would just ask for directions. My dad would be so embarrassed. He never want to ask.
But
And my mom's like, Joe, just pull over and ask this guy. He's like, no, we're fine. We're not lost.
Well, when it gets real hard, like especially if you
That's one
get
of your
like
phones.
near small towns and like people just use landmarks. They don't even,
Oh,
use actual street names.
yeah,
I
So
hate
if you
people
don't know
like
the
that.
landmark to look
Yeah.
for, like go down to the church with like the busted cross at the top of it, take a left. You'll go, maybe a few miles, and then you'll see this big old tree that looks like it has a branch missing, but there's really not a branch missing. And they give like the most mundane details too about the
Yes.
landmarks.
you know the tree was planted in 1840.
I hate when people do that. I'm just like, just tell me the fucking address. Oh, Google Maps knows where it is. I don't need this fucking bullshit details.
But building on distractions, don't you think how a lot of cars have like almost like a tablet in the car now? That's almost the
Yeah.
same as looking at your phone.
It's basically the
feel-
same thing.
Yeah, so I agree with that, but I think there's like this mental thing where people understand that it's part of the vehicle, and so it's like kind of like your radio. It's not like you're looking at the radio, but like yeah, if you have a Tesla, and there's that huge like basically a laptop monitor in the center console, I definitely think I'd be fucking with that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
just see
you
that
think
a little hypocritical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you look at the evolution of humans, right? We've become so used to technology and looking at screens, we're just so accustomed to it. It's just almost like second nature. So for it to be on your car is basically almost like how you used to be really comfortable with just like a little radio screen with a radio station and all million buttons to try and figure out how to tune your radio and whatnot. We've just
Yeah,
been
that's true.
we're just kind of like so used to seeing screens and flat screens and digital and
I
everything.
mean, if you want to
We're
go
just
back,
like, oh, word, this is normal.
flipping
Okay.
through CDs, trying to find one you like,
Oh
something
yeah,
like that,
absolutely.
just as
exactly.
distracting.
And like having a 6 CD changer in your car was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because you could just like preload and be like, don't worry about it. Like, let's go to the next CD. Um, and that actually makes me think a little bit about like kids today. Like the cars are gonna have to be automated, right? Because like every time I go out to dinner, I see like a couple with their two kids, and they have either like a freaking Nintendo Switch, or like some sort of screen in front of them at the dinner table. And they're on these electronics all the time. So if they're going to be driving and like we think we get distracted sometimes, like we didn't have that stuff when we were kids going out to eat, right? So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
they're literally learning to never take their eyes off of a screen. Like the cars
Yeah.
in like 20 years are going to have to be self-driving, or like there's going to be accidents left and right.
Well, that's probably why they're going towards electronics. It's all part of the plan. Everything's just
Right?
going like there's just like it's almost like there's this timeline that's inevitable. It's like we just automatically follow this like thing.
Yeah.
We have no control over it. It's gonna happen, whether you
Well,
like it
and
or not.
kind of talking about the kill switch thing. I know that California wants all cars and passenger trucks sold in California to be zero emission vehicles.
I
That's
don't know what
soon
that
too that they
means.
want that.
Yeah,
What
I
does that
saw
mean?
that like the mid to late like 2020. I thought that was
it's
like they're trying to do
20
that across.
by 2035. Yeah, it's got
What does
That's
it
that
not
has
mean
to
that
be all
far.
exactly?
cars. What's
What does
that?
that mean exactly? It means like it has to be electric.
Well, you
Pretty
can't
much.
sell. I think you can't wholesale like companies can't sell gas fueled cars at their
Yeah.
dealerships and stuff
Yeah, I
anymore.
think
That stuff you'd have to buy on like the side,
New
like
York's
probably
doing
at
that
like
now too.
yeah, you'd have to probably
New
just
York
buy
is
that
doing that
car from
too?
I'm pretty
somebody
sure,
else.
New York imposed the bill by like 2035 or something to stop
Yeah.
gas-powered cars.
that was 2030, but I think that
I
premise
It could
is
can't
be.
do
so
that.
flawed. We
Well,
just
how?
drove.
There's no
We
way it
just
could
drove
happen.
from. We just drove from our house to Vermont, and it was 3 hours. Right, 3 hours and some change. We did not see not a single EV charging station. Right? How are you going to? I think you're going to need so many. The way you refuel an electric car is so much different than a gas car. You need a
Mhm.
lot more space, right? When you fill up your gas tank, you go to the gas station, you're there for 5 minutes, fill up your gas tank, boom, you're done, right? How long does it take you to charge up your car? Minutes,
Yeah.
right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So
That's
now you
like
need
longer
so now
sometimes.
you need more space, right? You can't have a gas station with 10 parking spots because then those 10 people are going to be parked in the parking spot charging their car. Right now, other customers can't get into the store to buy stuff. So now you need bigger parking lots, more land development in order to accommodate electric parking. I just think it doesn't make sense. I don't know if any of that made sense what I just said.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
feel like you
does.
need
Yeah.
more time too. You got to do the things that are
Yeah.
going to take longer. You need more time in your day.
I mean,
How are you going
if
to
you
plan
could
for that?
charge your car, if you could charge your car in like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes, like as long as it takes you to fill up gas, that's a
Then it's
little bit
feasible.
different, right?
Yeah.
But now if you have people who are you need bigger parking lots,
So
right?
to
And then
counter that,
what are you gonna? Go ahead.
like rest stops, like how they usually have restaurants in them. Do you think that that would be the approach most gas stations take? Instead of going in for a convenience store, get a pack of candy and a pack of chips or something, you would go sit down and have a meal kind of thing. Like that's how you would plan a trip or going anywhere at that point.
Well, I
It'd
feel like
take
they
me
kind of
forever
have
to
that
get
already.
somewhere. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know they
They
have
have
that
like
already.
restaurants.
Yeah, you know, I understand, but that would be the norm for all gas
Oh,
stations,
okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
kind of deal.
Well, then to
Sure.
Evan's point, you would just need more land to build off of. You need to make things bigger. You need to cut down more trees. You need to like expand the land. That the cost of the building and land, that's all going to go up. Everything's going to be
Yeah,
more
but this is for the
expensive. They're
environment,
going to
Rich.
charge.
This is for the
Oh yeah, sorry.
environment.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So what do you do with all the underground storage tanks filled with gas?
I don't know.
Yeah, or make
You know
sewage
what I'm saying?
systems.
Do you abandon them in place and then they seep out into the soil and contaminate the soil?
Well, they can empty them, correct?
They could, but it depends.
But to
You know,
empty
abandoning.
every gas station, yeah, that would be.
No, I mean, I don't know. It just.
More
I mean,
construction.
I'm pro environment, right? And construction's good for me, for my industry. So I don't know. It just seems like it's a lot. It's not as easy as you think to get.
N-
Not you guys, but I'm just saying generally.
Yeah,
There's going to
you
be a
as
lot
all
of
of us.
right. There's going to be a lot of consequences that's going to hurt the environment in order to make this happen.
Yeah, but do you think in the long run the pros would outweigh the cons?
I don't know. Depends. Where do we get electric? Where do we get the resources to build electric cars? Do they just have very harmful mining processes where they mine and then all the heavy metals concentration just leach into nearby water bodies, right? It's just all these different third world countries that we just mine these resources at, and they just get polluted to build lithium batteries for the cars.
No.
Is that
Wait,
any better?
what if cars had solar panels on them? It was like a solar panel car.
That is a
The,
concept
yeah,
idea.
Fisker is actually a company that has implemented that, and it like only powers like air conditioning and like windshield wipers, like some very small things. But the car itself is still run on gasoline.
Dude, I
Yeah.
had a
And
Hot Wheel that looked like one of these.
electric.
I was
Um,
gonna say there's got to be a way for
Yeah, I'll
them.
show. I'll
I
show
mean, I'm
this.
sure they're working at it, but for that to just be more powerful, like somehow absorb more energy or whatever.
well,
Um,
it's like microprocessors and Moore's law. If we can make processors, you know, more efficient and more powerful every year by 2 times, and that continues to be the case, there's got to be a way for us to make smaller, more compact, solar panels that are more efficient
right.
in receiving sunlight. And I mean, because basically it's like they're panels that photosynthesize the UV rays, create electricity, and feed it into a battery. And it's about, okay, well, how much power do we need for do we make the solar panels more efficient, or do we make the components that use the energy more efficient? How much energy do we really need, depending upon which parts we make? We focus our efficiency on. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's I mean, there's also like solar power, wind power. You have dams that create power from water moving
Combine all
turbines.
three
So
of those. Just
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
combine all three of them and fucking make it a car. Have it running off water. We got fucking wind in there. Things looks like
Exactly.
clean.
Car that runs on
Maybe
water, man.
maybe they need to invest in something so that way the emissions out of the car are a lot different than what instead of carbon dioxide.
I
Maybe
think that's
they.
the best route.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too. Dude, there's so many gas stations. I just don't know what. I don't know how they're going to implement it. It's going to be. I don't understand it.
They're just making more gas stations. I feel like
And
you're
all.
driving down the street and there's like 8 gas stations all right next to each other. Like, yo, I only
Right,
need like
yeah.
2 here. There's like
Yeah.
1,000 people that live in this neighborhood. You don't
And what
need
do we
fucking 8
do?
gas stations.
What happens to the electron like a Tesla, right? The end. What does the end of life look like for a Tesla? Like, where does that battery go? Do we just dump it somewhere and it just just leaches
Well,
shit
you
out?
can.
Can you
Well,
recycle
it's
it?
yeah. So you can like recycle your Duracell batteries. You can recycle, big batteries. They go to a special recycling plant that you have to mail them to. Like we now, as a business, Banfield gets shipped this box specifically for batteries. That once it's full, you tape it off, slap a label on it, and ship it out to a battery recycling facility.
Yeah, and then you go to that facility.
What do
and you're
those
horrified.
actually look like? Yeah.
It's just the garbage
Dude.
dump.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Greenwashing is a big problem. Big problem.
What is greenwashing?
Greenwashing is basically saying that
Proper
this
disposal.
thing is it's just saying like, oh, this is good for the environment, right? We do X, Y, and Z, or it's up to 95% recycled materials, right?
Okay.
So it's basically clever advertising, and they say up to 95% recycled material, but up to could mean 0, or it could be between anywhere from 0 to 95,
Yeah.
right? Does that make sense?
No,
Yeah,
it
it's
actually.
basically
I'm
bullshit.
following.
You're basically
propaganda.
lying without actually lying.
Yeah.
Right. So another example is if you guys ever seen Seascape, it's a great documentary, and I actually haven't really eaten fish since I watched it. But
Oh, don't tell me. I love salmon. Come on.
So-
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna
So,
like it anyway.
Literally
I
had
really don't
sushi
care.
tonight.
I literally had
So
salmon. I just made it.
there's sometimes with commercial fishing, dolphins get killed, right?
Right.
And it was a big problem. People don't love dolphins. They don't want to see dolphins killed. So they create a label that says this can of tuna was dolphin, no dolphins were killed for this tuna, right? And they slap the label on it, and everyone in the wherever they are like, oh my God, that's great. Let me buy it. So it turns out, if you look into it, there's literally zero way that they can verify any of that. So they have no way of proving that dolphins actually weren't killed. In addition to that, that company who adds the label to the can is owned by even bigger company who does the commercial fishing.
Yep.
Right.
So it's bullshit. So that, without getting too much deeper, that's what greenwashing is. It's basically just bullshit advertising saying, hey, we're pro-environment, but it's actually
But not actually acting on it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I understand. Like you're whitewashing, but in an environmental perspective.
Right.
I see what you're
Exactly,
saying
yep.
now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Shit. It's all shit.
Yeah.
Just being fucking fed shit.
Right.
Being fed lies.
So now I know why people like are probably more depressed, more anxious, have like all these more like a bunch more issues. It's because we have so much more access to all this information, and we want to do good things, but we can't do good things because there are other people doing bad things. So they can provide us this thing that makes us feel like we're doing good things, and in reality, once we find out that good thing we were trying to do is actually a bad thing, we can't do it anymore. So now we're just like, oh fuck, I have to find something else to do because I can't do this thing anymore.
You just feel so helpless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fucked. There's nothing we can do.
Just gotta fucking live.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's like Girl Scout cookies. You know, I've been eating a shit ton of Girl Scout cookies. I'd probably say I'm fucked with that.
Do
Not
those
even a
have
cookie anymore.
seasons? Is that like Malamars that they have like Girl Scout cookie season?
I mean, you definitely gotta stock
so
up on
it's like
Malamars.
for a few weeks, at the end of February or beginning of February, maybe
It's a
they like
spring-
sell
okay.
them. Yeah, it's a spring thing.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they come out, and you see all the girls with their chaperones, your mom or dad, and you walk by them when you go to the grocery store, and they're like, "Oh, you want to help us out and buy some cookies?" You're like, "Yes, but no, because like I already have 10 boxes of these at home. I really don't need any more. I shouldn't have even bought 10. I probably should have bought like 3, because I'm gonna eat them all in fucking one day anyway." So
What's your favorite cookie?
oh god, it's honestly Thin Mint, and Samoa's
Baking-
like a really
Oh
close
my
second.
God, no way! How could you go
yeah.
Thin Mints? That's like the
The
Hey,
most
can you pull
generic,
up a list
right?
of
the
cookies?
worst.
Yeah, I'll pull up a list.
Oh, Thin Mints are so good.
I hate
Oh,
like
are so
minty, chocolate-y things. I'd go Samoas. Samoas are my favorite.
Oh god, Samoa's.
Samoas.
I'll tell you what.
Meet
there
the
are more
cookies.
I
Alright, let's meet
will
the cookies.
fucking destroy a box of Samoas before I can get like halfway through Thin Mints, because then there's just more cookies in Thin Mint
What's
box.
a Samoa?
That thing
That
right
one
there,
right
the
there.
coconut caramel
Fuck it.
chocolate cookie.
Dude, oh
Yo,
my
did they?
God.
Oh my God! Did
Those
they
are
rename
good.
it?
Oh yeah, what the hell?
What?
Caramel
What? That's not. It's not a
delights?
tag along. It's not a tag along
Oh,
anymore
yo,
either.
those shortbread cookies are fire.
I was gonna say all these
Shortbread
ones
are.
suck.
Lemon. I haven't heard of half of these.
Oh my god! Wait, maybe Samoa was. It wasn't a name after an island. Maybe that's racist. I don't know. Maybe
Wait,
Samoans
hold
found
on.
that
Let me
offensive.
take this down. Hold on.
Give me a
There's
break.
no way there's only
Really?
like 5 cookies.
I just made that up, Rich. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
No, no.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, here we go,
Yeah.
here we
Here.
go,
Yeah.
here we
Okay.
go.
Let me share this one. This one's an
Oh,
actual.
maybe that's
Oh,
just
but
the
yeah, they're changed the name. Caramel Delights, Samoas.
caramel delights.
Though I like
Why did
those.
you do that?
Dositos.
Dositos.
Dositos are pretty
Those
good.
Yeah.
are pretty good.
Yeah.
What's that adventureful?
Oh, I like that. I like
That
what I'm
one's new.
seeing.
Brown
That
caramel.
one's fire.
Whoa.
Hint of
Holy
sea
How
salt.
you doing?
Ooh.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Hey, baby, let me take you out to dinner.
Oh, there's the tag. There's the tag alongs. It's just peanut butter and
Tagalongs.
goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tagalongs are so
Tagalongs are
fucking
good.
good.
They
What's
And
the
they
difference
actually-
on the Thin Mints? I've
Dude,
never
I
noticed
really
that
like the
before.
shortbread
baby.
ones. I know they're pretty plain, but I like those.
I like the trefoils too.
trefoils are good, yeah. It's just classic.
Classic.
Yeah, but when I
Well,
think of a
yeah.
Girl Scout cookie, I think of a Samoa.
A Samoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think about when
They're
I
so good.
hear Girl Scout. I didn't see
I do
Thin Mints
not.
on here.
I do not like
Oh yeah,
coconuts.
that's the
Oh, they're
green.
they're right here. Yeah.
Wait, Samoa is coconut, right?
Samoa's
There's
coconut,
coconut
yeah.
shavings on it.
I'm
It's
not
like
a
barely
big
Yeah.
coconut
coconut.
guy. Not a big coconut
You
guy.
know what? Honestly,
Yeah,
neither was I. But like honestly, after you have like 2 or 3 Samoas, it's just you're done.
It's
You're
just
done.
small amount of
shoving 'em.
coconut. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like barely any
yeah.
coconut.
Yeah, the whole
It's
thing's
so
coconut. What are you
good.
talking about?
So you don't like Almond Joys or Mounds?
No.
Oh no.
Actually, you know what? I don't like those. Yeah, at all.
I mean, I don't mind them,
Come on,
but
Vin.
I'll eat them.
He's like secretly there, his favorite candy.
No,
He's
no,
like
that's
just
Reese's
coming
for
out of
me.
the Almond Joy closet. He's been shunned immediately.
That's nasty.
To each their own. I don't care. I like them. You guys can fuck yourselves. I like them. What do we got? What do we got on deck? We got maybe. What do we at? How are we on
Richie, you got
time?
anything?
How are we on time? Evan, time
yeah,
check.
We got some time.
Richie, you got something?
Oh, actually, yeah, I do. So I don't know. You can't really see it on my fridge, but I still happen to have a couple like old wedding cards on there.
Nice.
But I just don't understand. And it's not really so much of weddings. Weddings, I get it because like you're getting the invitation, like you got to know about it. But dude, I like my family sends me these holiday cards like every year, and I'm sure you guys get them too. It's like them and their like kids with like their dog. They take a really nice picture and they send it to you in the mail, and then I receive it in the mail, and I go, "Oh, cool," and I put it directly into the garbage. I look at it for maybe 3 seconds, and then I go, it's like in front of my face, and I turn, and it's directly in the garbage. Why even send it to me? I do not give a shit
So I
about
think
your
that's like
family's photo.
an older generation. I think it's like our parents' generation thing of like sending letters to people, like letting them. It used to be like a thing where you like put a picture in, and it was a letter that you sent out to people, and it was like, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is our family update," and you'd send it to like really close family, friends, and family. And I think now it's just become a popularity contest. Like I went to somebody's house and they had them like all over the fucking place, and it was just like a happy holidays from the Shumagazi family or what have you. And it's like
Shumagazi. Okay.
you don't fucking need any of this shit. It's just taking up room. You post it somewhere, and then 2 weeks later, like, fuck, Christmas is over. Like, now I got to clean all this crap up. I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
it's just more junk that I have to deal with.
You guys
Yeah.
never
Like
took
it
Christmas
used to be a
photos?
nice gesture. Now it's
Oh,
just a pain
no.
in the ass.
Yeah, no, my
never
family
did.
definitely did the Christmas photo thing, and it
Okay.
was just awful.
My
Yeah.
family tried to, but if you know anything about my family, we just procrastinate, and then it'd be after the holidays, and then we would never get to it.
You'd wait for the next holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it next year.
No, I mean,
Setting up in outfits and shit. Oh god.
Oh,
Maybe we
yeah,
don't
no, it's
need-
a horrible experience as
Oh.
a kid.
It was
maybe we
awful.
don't need electric cards if people stop sending out Christmas cards and family holiday cards.
What? Think of all the gas you'll save on the people mailing it. You're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Every
Cutting down
postman should
trees.
just throw it in the garbage before he delivers it.
I mean, now just fucking send an email.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, so I
Honestly,
can delete.
one,
so I can
one
delete
family I
that.
know does that.
go right to the digital trash.
We get some from not from my coworkers, but from some of. We've gotten some from Kelly's coworkers
Mhm.
as well, which that I feel like is extra.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a coworkers.
Oh, I got one from my coworker, one of my coworkers today on my team this year sent me, or last year sent me one. I don't know.
It's like
I
you
kinda
get an
feel the
Easter
same.
card, you get a Thanksgiving card, you get a Christmas card.
Damn,
If
I
you're
don't get all
if you're
those.
Catholic, if you're
You
Catholic.
get all those?
If you're
Oh
Catholic,
my
oh
God,
yeah, the Easter's a
Yeah.
big one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
especially
who said, hey,
yeah, dude, especially like I have cousins that are like in their 30s, like, and they're just starting to have kids, so it's a huge thing. It's like, oh, everyone's gonna see
no.
my baby. Come on, everyone, come on, huddle up for this picture real quick.
Fucking
Wait.
post
All
it
right, I
on
get it, like it's
Instagram or
nice, but like,
Facebook.
yeah, just throw it. Like, I don't need a card. We're
Rich,
okay.
you get like for multiple holidays?
Yeah,
I did that when I was younger,
especially when I
too.
used to live
That's a
when I
problem.
lived with my parents. Yeah, we would get them all the time. They'd always come in. Now I only get a few here and there. Like I'll get some of my cousins or like one of my uncles still sends them. But when I was living
Uncle
at home,
Steve?
they would. I mean, no, not Uncle Steve, Uncle Dave though. Uncle Dave rips them out. But yeah, it's enough's enough. We don't need them. We don't need them anymore. Get rid of them. Cancel
That's
it.
fair.
Cancel it.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cancel that like performance conversations, end of year, beginning of the year performance conversations. You guys at work, do you have like a team that works under you at all, or do you have to like train associates or anything like that?
I used to have to do that at my old job at Enterprise.
Oh, did you like
Brutal.
have to give development reports to them like at the
Awful.
end of the year? They're
It
the
was awful.
worst.
It
Like
was like
you like
once every 6 months, I think. It was a six
yeah.
month, a yearly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally in the middle of that. We just got a new program that we have to keep like up to date. So when like things happen, you should do it like same day versus
Right.
like just compiling a bunch of bullshit at the end of the year. Oh man, I'll tell you what, it is there's nothing worse than like trying to come up with something to tell somebody you did what you were supposed to do throughout the entire year. Thanks, keep on going.
I
Yeah.
just
Now
all I care about.
Yeah. Go ahead, Evan. No, go
You
ahead.
You got it. You got it.
I was gonna say now I'm the one that gets reviewed. Because I'm not like the manager, and I'm like, I feel this person definitely doesn't want to do this. I know that they don't want to do it because I used to have to do it, and I fucking hated doing it. There's no way this person enjoys doing it. And then so it gets to like we have like the Zoom conversation, and we're both just sitting there like going through it, and I'm like, I like 20 minutes over. Like they try to get through it so fast just to like get it
Yeah.
over with. And I'm like, all right, that's all I got for you today. I was like, all right, thank God, like thank God this is over.
This is
Get me the fuck
over,
out of
yeah.
here.
Oh shit.
Brutal.
I only care about those. Like, just tell me what kind of raise I got. That's all I care
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
It's give
And
me a
now
good job or a bad job.
I have
Give me a sticker or no
I-
sticker.
I have this thing where you have to set goals twice a year.
The
It's
smart
terrible.
goals.
Yeah.
Smart
Yeah,
goals,
smart
exactly.
goals.
Fuck
Yeah.
those fucking
Yeah.
What
corporate
does that stand
speak.
for again?
Some
It's like
I
strategic,
don't know.
Measurable.
measured,
Yeah.
attainable, like
Reas-
time and like
I
yeah.
think it was
Research?
reasonable. I think.
Reasonable.
Right.
Not entirely
When
sure.
when I
There you
started
go.
my career, I did it. I was really ambitious with the SMART goals, and then at the end of the year, they're like, "Okay, you need to rate yourself on how you did your own goals." So
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
a lot of my goals are intangible, so I don't know how to do this." So it kind of impacted my raise because I didn't reach my goals. So now I just make really simple goals that I
Very
can
easy
that,
to
Game
do.
the system,
that
baby.
I've already achieved. Like we're already in March, so I'm going to think of things I've done already that I can say I'm already done with.
So you're dictating your own raise?
No, so it's not like Yes and no, right?
They just need to see you're doing something. You're making
look at it-
progress.
I think at my old company they were more into it because they're bean counters, but the new company it's might be a little different. But if you give back your goals, let's say you said, "Oh, I want to bring in a $100,000 revenue for my company," right? And you made it ambitious, right? And you only did 25,000. It doesn't look good for you. Hey, you didn't reach your goal. There's a whole bunch of things we look at for you for raises, and this is one of them. So yes and no, it impacts you.
Okay.
That's why you gotta go low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Sure, employer's not
Last
listening.
year, so in the veterinary practice, 2020 was a boomer of a year because everybody was at home and they were like noticing things wrong with their dogs and cats like constantly. So they were constantly bringing their pets in, and so we like knocked it out of the park with revenue, profits, all that kind of stuff. So 2021, they were like, okay, so your revenue goal for this year is going to be 30%. Which,
Oh,
if you think
brutal.
about it,
Insane.
a
That's insane.
company's goal for a 30% revenue
That's a
increase
lot.
Yeah,
is
10%.
fucking wild. So we even a really great year, like you'll get like a 20% revenue increase, and that's because I don't know, a fucking pandemic hit. So last year our goal was 30% and we didn't hit it. Surprise. And so that affected our raises this year. So my raise, or no, my bonus, it affected our bonus, not our raises. So my bonus was poo. It was the lowest thing I've ever gotten in my entire life. And I was like, well, this fucking sucks. Fortunately, this year they brought it back down
Now
to
it's
a
easy.
more realistic 8%. So fortunately, we've got that going for us. But like, who's gonna hit a 30% revenue increase? It's
Yeah,
wild.
it's wild.
10%'s normal, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, I think like my company raises. We have like quarterly quotas, and our company raises them anywhere between 10 and 20% per quarter. But
That's
you're given
impressive.
like a quota to hit, so
Yeah.
it's a little different. But
Yeah. So our SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time based.
relevant.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
what you said, Vin?
No, I said reasonable.
They're reasonable?
Reasonable, right?
That was a good guess. It's funny that
So yeah,
My old-
reasonable, attainable.
my old company was more corporate, and I moved to a little smaller company, but it wasn't like small by any means. It was like it went from 1,000 employees to like 500, so it wasn't still corporate, but they had less of the kind of bullshit of SMART goals. And then right after I started, an even bigger company than my original company bought my new company, so now I'm at a place that's more corporate than my original place, which I was
Mm.
trying to avoid.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you
Okay.
still
Now
like
we
your
got SMART
job?
goals. Yeah, it's a job. It's a job.
Yo, how about Brady coming out of retirement?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Can't wait to
crazy.
see
Dude,
that
it was just
again on
It's a publicity
Sunday.
stunt.
Wait, didn't someone buy
dick.
his football?
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you take it then.
You sure you got it, man?
I got nothing. I just thought it's hilarious that
Okay.
someone spent
So
$500,000 on his last touchdown football, and he's gonna
Yeah,
throw
no,
another
it's
one.
not.
Yesterday,
Sell it as fast as possible.
no, it's worthless now. Yeah,
Yeah.
he bought the ball for 518K
Oh
the
my
day
God.
before Tom Brady came out of retirement.
You think Brady gives him a check?
Fuck
He gives
no.
He gives him a Bitcoin.
A
Well,
Bitcoin.
wasn't there something? No, I'm not joking. I mean,
No, yeah, no,
The
the-
NFL
it was
gave the Bitcoin and something to the
for
fan for
something.
giving the ball back or
Yeah.
something like that.
Right, a different ball. Yeah,
yeah.
he gave him like a Bitcoin, but he's
I think it was
still
Mike
the
Evans or something.
Yeah, because Mike
Oh,
Evans gave it
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
fan. Right.
Or
Yeah.
Mike Evans went
Yeah.
to grab the football, but it was Brady's. Or, I don't know. I forget what it
He
was.
600?
Brady, yeah,
maybe?
Brady, something like that. Brady threw the touchdown. He gave the ball to a fan. Everyone's like, "Why'd you
Yeah.
do that?"
Yeah,
Like, this is a
right.
part of
He gave
history.
the fan
Like
like
an
a
idiot.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
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 But the fan would have made out better if he held on to it. He got like a
Oh, yeah.
Bitcoin, which was, I mean, that's worth something, but
And
Yeah.
well, he got tickets to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was something else.
I would
Signed
hold out.
jersey.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I would hold out. I'm gonna tell them if I sit across the table from Brady. Listen, guy, I want to retire forever.
Give me a mill.
I need fuck you money. A mill? No.
That's all I would. I wouldn't ask
I
for
don't
more
wanna
than a
be-
mill. That's
I don't
fine.
want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. That's what I want to be. I want to have generational wealth, or you're not getting the ball.
Yeah.
He'll just turn around and say "fuck you" and
Yeah,
throw another
yeah.
touchdown.
Another one, and that one will be worth more.
No. He threw
7
it was
Super Bowl rings.
It was his
yeah,
600th. It was like his 600th record-breaking touch ball. There's only one of them.
Yeah, nah, I was
I
being
think he
funny,
broke
but
the
yeah.
record.
For most touchdown passes.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to cut it, but I don't have anything funny to say. I gotta go eat birthday cake.
What you got? What you got?
Oh, fuck
So.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you
It's my-
celebrating?
Yeah, it's my father's birthday.
Oh, hey.
Big 60.
Face off with Nick Cage and Justin Travolta.
Things you learn when you're riffing it up. Riffing it up.
Ripping it up. Ripping it up.